Good morning, everybody. Morning, Brenda. $204, good morning. Yeah, I just got done editing a ship video I did this morning. Was the Algoma Bear was downbound, and it turned out pretty good. Good morning, Jody.
Is tracking a story with a huge database exposing 14 million customer shipping records, particularly with Amazon, eBay, and Shopify.
So, hey, there's Jason.
Oh, good morning. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Jason?
Very well. On my way into work, business as usual.
Heading for work. How's the temperature there?
Right now, well, the truck says 50 degrees. When I left my house this morning, it said 42 degrees, and then it should get up into the 60s
Yeah,
around 3
it's
p.m.
32.
according to the forecast. So we'll
It's
see.
just right at the freezing right now, but it's supposed to maybe go up into the mid 40s today.
Right on. It's warming up.
Which is great because it helps melt some of that damn snow we got.
Oh yeah, all the snow. I mean, there's still snow on the ground on the side of the road here, the side of the highway, but it's melting away. It'll melt away here pretty quickly. I didn't even shovel my driveway because I knew it was gonna. This typically happens in Virginia Beach. It's like I'm not gonna put in all this work into shoveling all that snow, and then it's gonna melt in a day or two. And yeah, I was right. But that's typical. It's very rare that we get snow in the first place as well. Like this is a once in a 5-year.
Brenda will do that as soon as he comes around again.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And if it snows like this again in the future, then all right, great.
Jack had a pretty good night. Not too much of an issue. He went out this morning 2 or 3 times. He's had his breakfast.
All right,
I haven't given him any of the sedation medication. So I think we're just all still in the learning process. You know, he's only been here a week now.
How old is your dog?
He's 4 years old.
And he needs what medication? Sedation medication?
No, they because he was just so hyper, the vet gave me trazodone 100 milligram tablets to give him 1.5 to 2, 1.5, 1.5 tablet every 8 hours. But I've only given him one tablet so far, and that was
All right.
yesterday. That was yesterday after I got it. But
Wow.
he's been a pretty good boy, and he just loves to sit in my chair.
He claimed
And
that spot.
yeah, and I think that's all because he might miss me, you know.
Right. Right on, man. Jack is his name. What kind of a dog is he?
He's a lab.
Lap. All right. Right on. Well, that's good.
He's
Great.
he's a skinny little guy, but yeah, he's in fact I don't know where he is. He likes to go in the living room and lay on the couch.
What the fuck is my
Right.
camera?
He's got several places he likes to lay on.
All right.
Justin, hey, how you doing? Justin's here.
So
Hey, Justin.
Jason's on his way to work, Justin.
I figured that much.
And Justin probably just got back from work, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he does that bus run twice a day. Then he usually comes, which we appreciate. Don't think we don't. He comes on here for a little while, then he goes and rests and gets ready to go back to the bus again.
Nice. Dang.
Oh, so I went and got that thing, Jason.
Yeah. Stream
Then
Deck.
but then I signed up for Streamlabs for the 1 year and they gave me a free Stream Deck.
Stop. No way.
Yeah, if you sign up for the year of Streamlabs, they give you one for free.
They
It's
got a
like a
promotion going.
It's
No
like
way.
a 12 it's like a 12 button one, yeah.
Still, I mean, if, like you said before, when we were talking about it several months ago, unless you need all the buttons, you may
Well, the
not even
thing
need all the
is,
buttons.
Well, the thing is you can do more than one profile. So even if you only have the 6 button one, you can do multiple profiles. You can switch between them. So technically, you can have an unlimited amount of buttons. You just are only limited to 6 at a time.
Right. Yeah, I think the Stream Deck XL, I could hit the cursor right or left, and it'll give me another page that I could customize
Right.
for up to
Exactly.
12 pages or something like that, which I'm like, holy smokes. I like one page was filled up with the default settings, and then the second page is right now set up for my OBS settings for the different camera angles that I've got when I live stream and different scenes. But wow, that's awesome, man. So you got to send that one back
Uh,
or run
yeah,
two.
I'm probably just gonna use both of them and play around with them. So
Nice. Right on.
I
Right
really
on. Are
don't.
you,
I really don't want to return if I don't have to.
yeah.
So how much do you think about inflation?
But yeah, I'm gonna check it out though, because the one that Streamlabs is given is not an Elgato. It's another brand, but it's got like
Oh,
12
okay.
buttons and some knobs, and like it's a little bit nicer looking than your standard
What
small one.
what brand is it?
It's hold on, let me pull it up. I'll let it is pull Streamlabs back up. Hold on, dude. Where did I find that at?
Yeah, I've seen some where they're kind of modular, where you can remove one faceplate, put on a different faceplate for depending on what your needs are from additional customization perspective. between buttons and sliders and knobs. You can move the faceplate. So, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't have a
trying
use for something like that yet.
to find it here.
I am thinking about getting a second foot pedal though, for additional functions that I want to perform when I'm hands free, or do it hands free. Because the foot pedal from Elgato that I've got right now, it's 3 buttons. So a second one would give me that additional
What are you
option
using a foot pedal for?
to change scenes with my feet.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't even know they had that.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. I don't have to go looking around for where's that button on the Stream Deck, or before I had the Stream Deck even. Let me change scenes to this here, So I've got an A cam, which is the face cam, and then the main screen for Fortnite. And then I've also got the B cam, because people like looking at, and use that as the backdrop. So I'll change scenes from the A camera to the B camera and the Fortnite main screen. And I've got one of those PTZ cameras now also that follows you. And I move my pull-up bar over my closet. So I'll go do my pull-ups and the camera follows me over to the pull-up bar. I'll knock them out when I get a win.
Oh, nice.
Heck yeah, dude.
Okay, it's called the Loop Deck Live S, and it has, let me count how many buttons it's got. It's got
Cool.
one. Oh no, it's actually got 15 buttons and 2 knobs and 4 other buttons. I don't know what they do.
All right. Oh, right on. That's awesome. 15 buttons is better than 12.
Yeah, I thought it was 12 buttons, but yeah, it's 15. You have 3 rows of 5. It's called the Loop Deck.
All right.
But I have to wait 7 days before I can claim it in an email. I don't know why they make you wait 7 days, but I guess maybe
Yeah.
because that's maybe past the point of you being able to cancel the subscription. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
That's the only thing I think of.
What were you streaming with primarily?
I was using Prism, but I want to go back to Streamlabs because, granted, it is paid. I just paid the whole year thing.
Right.
They have a lot of already pre-done layouts and
Mhm.
and a bunch of like applications that they've already got in their store that you can just download that work with like they've kind of streamlined it more. They've already done all they got hundreds of different layouts you can download with like
Right.
beginning and stream, taking a break, ending stream. Like there's hundreds of them you can choose from that are already designed for that,
Right.
which makes it easy because you can just download whatever one you like the look of, and then boom, it works. Then you set
Oh
it up.
yeah.
And then they have tons of apps. Like they have one that's specifically for Fortnite, and it will do all the stats and everything on the screen for you.
That's cool.
It will connect to your Fortnite, and then they have one for like, if you want to play your Spotify on your stream, whatever. Yeah, they got tons of different apps you can download that are in their store, but you have to have Ultra to use them. So
Can you play Spotify without getting copyrighted
you
on
can,
YouTube?
but you want to play it very low and try to keep talking. You want to try to keep yourself, you don't want the sound. You want to kind of drown the music out, but have it enough to where people can enjoy it.
Oh
I've
yeah.
played
Well, particularly if you're talking.
I've played live music. I've played music on a live stream before and they didn't get me, but I had it really low and tried to keep talking over it because it kind of threw
Right.
YouTube off. See, the way TikTok gets away with people letting them play on the live streams is they don't actually save your live streams. So like Twitch and TikTok, they don't save any of your live streams. Once you end it, your live stream's gone. You can only view it in your creator portal, but people can't go back and watch it later.
All
So
right.
because of that, people can play live music while they're playing, and they don't really have to like, you know, talk over it or anything. They could just have it playing nonstop.
Right.
I think it's some kind of legal loophole.
All right. Interesting. Yeah, I've listened to some people like exactly like you said, keep the music in the background low enough so that you can still talk because it's just background noise at that point for one. It's annoying to hear people talk and there's background music and you have to really concentrate to hear what they're saying versus I want to hear what they're saying. That's why I'm listening to said individual, right?
Just my personal opinion is if you're playing a game and you're talking and you already got all that noise going on and you got people in your lobby, I think music is too much.
Agree,
It's
100%.
to me it makes your stream too busy, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like it's like
Like
having a whole bunch of other crap on the screen also at the same time, you know?
right, like even like with you know, scenes and overlays and stuff, you don't want it too busy, you know. So just it's just my opinion.
Oh, I agree with that
Uh,
opinion, you know? I mean, that's why you see how bare bones mine like I put a bunch of stuff on and then I'm like, all right, let's pare it back some. Although someone did ask me if they could see my keyboard layout again. I was like, really? You want to see that? All right, I'll put it back up. So
did you just put the virtual keyboard up?
yeah, just the virtual keyboard. The overhead
Yeah.
camera's back up again, but I've been having some cut like it cuts in and out for some reason. I don't know why, but
Oh, there's nothing wrong
I
with the virtual keyboard.
yeah, I like it. It's easier to set up. Also, it's less for the computer to have to process too. I
Oh
think.
yeah, because it's not doing video and all that. Yeah. Plus that also
Mhm.
would save on your bandwidth too, on your internet. More
Right.
cameras and shit you're on, yeah, the more it's got to try to put that type of video out over the web, you know, so
Oh
YouTube
yeah.
or whatever.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
But yeah, I believe in trying to minimize your overlays and not make it too busy. Because especially like I said, if you're playing by yourself, that's one thing. But especially if you got people in the lobby and everybody's trying to talk, yeah, music can be a little bit too much. Just in
Oh
my
yeah.
opinion.
No, I mean, I was listening to this one team last night or the day before, and they were talking about stuff that were not necessarily game related, which is good, but the whole time, and they're talking over each other. I had to turn it off. I was like, it was annoying because I'm trying to listen to one dude what they're saying, and then someone else is talking over them to the other partner, right?
Right.
Versus who's got the mic now? You know, everybody had the mic.
Well, it's
You
like,
guys need a talking. You guys need a talking stick.
well, it's yeah, and it's like I said, just having music playing is a little much. Like there's a lot of people on TikTok that do that, and me personally, I don't like it.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
just
like
too
it
much.
either. I agree 100%.
Well, it's definitely that's got to be a distraction. I don't play, but you know, if you're trying to do something, focus on something, and then somebody's yippity yapping, yippity.
It can be a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it goes back to it depends on what they're talking about. Also, I mean, I can have a conversation about other stuff other than Fortnite on while I'm playing, but I
But
wanted
you,
to listen to what the dude was talking about. The primary speaker, like it's like you and I are talking right now, but Paul's not talking about the ships who are going by the harbor at the same time because people are here to listen to whoever's talking, kind of thing. I
Yeah.
think
just
so.
like it is hard too when you're multi-streaming too. Like if you got multiple people streaming on one plat or in one game, that can be a little much sometimes too. I've ran across that myself.
Right.
Does it ever get, I'm just asking now, it's outsider's question. Does it ever get overwhelming with the numbers of players that you can't keep an eye on who's where and what going on? And
I mean, not really. I mean, your lobby can get really big, but only 4 people can play at a time. So
oh, you got it set at 4 people at a time. Okay. As I was thinking,
yeah,
if there were 300 people shooting each other on there, that'd get confusing.
no,
Right.
it's the like I said, our lobbies on my side get really big sometimes. We'll have like we've had almost the lobby we've had it maxed out before, where we had a full 15 people in there. I think that's the most you can have in a lobby.
Wow,
So,
that's cool. Yeah, I found that that's the nice thing about playing with Scott, because he doesn't interact with his chat while he's actually playing. You know, he so I actually read his chat for him because he can't read his chat. He doesn't have a second monitor.
I heard you guys
So
giving him crap about that a bunch of times.
yeah, yep. No, we were, but just because it's funny because he has one, but he just hasn't mounted it because it's odd. He plays in his on a lazy boy, right? With his keyboard on his lap and his mouse on his armrest.
I don't know how he does that, but more power to him, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'm like, you know what you could do? Just get a 1x8 piece of a 1x8 by, or maybe you have a 18 by 8 inch board, lay that across your lap, and then put your stuff on top. That way you have a stable platform. But he does
Well,
it, he does well enough. He gets wins every once in a while, you know.
I mean, you
But
could technically have a lazy boy at a desk if you had. I mean, I
but
guess if
yeah,
you
he
were
doesn't
up
play it on a
underneath
desk.
it.
He puts the computer on like an end table, or the not the end computer, but the screen on the end table. So he doesn't have space to mount the second monitor, that
And
is.
that's probably too because some people just get uncomfortable sitting in, desk chairs for a long time. You
Yep.
know,
And
like,
that's the issue with him. He's like, yeah, he has to, as long as he's sitting in front of that computer, he has to sit in that lazy boy for comfort.
I
You know.
went through quite
So
a few
I
gaming
get it.
chairs, and they're super uncomfortable. So I ended up going back to a big old heavy duty leather office chair because those gaming
They
chairs are
work.
so uncomfortable.
That's what I'm using. In fact, the chair that I'm using happened to be an office chair from work, but the arm broke. So it was in the trash. I was like, "What's this doing out here?" And I took it home, and I'm using
Um,
it.
I mean,
And it's a nice office chair too. It's like it's $1,000, leather, and yeah, it's still operational. It's pretty awesome.
gaming chairs add a nice, aesthetic to your gaming setup, but at the end of the day, they're very uncomfortable.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm at the office now. My meeting starts at 9:30, so I'm gonna let you guys go.
Okay,
Great chatting with you, Justin. I'll catch up with you later on.
All right,
Jason,
I'll
thanks
see you
for
later.
stopping by.
Thank you, Paul. Have a great day, guys.
You too.
Oh,
Have a
interesting,
great day,
JD. I
chat.
didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could save them on Twitch. Because I did Twitch for a little while and none of mine were saving. I didn't know there was a setting in there. I never did look to see neither.
So how's the gaming going,
That's going good.
Justin? You got a lot of I would imagine you have a lot of regulars, right?
Oh yeah, we're up to quite a few now. And then I might be moving. I might be doing a TikTok once we figure out whether they're going to keep it here or not. Because I got invited into a agency over on TikTok where they help boost your channel, and then they like if you get banned or something, they can actually go to TikTok for you and help you out and everything. So, but they're just waiting to they want to wait and see what legal shit over here where that ends up. So, but they did add TikTok back onto the App Store. It was taken off for a while. They added it back, I think, about a week and a half ago. So I don't know if that's a good sign or what's going on with that. I haven't really heard nothing else about it in the news, so not real sure what's going on with that. Because I think we're about a month, a little over a month into the 90-day reprieve on it. So
Is that what they set it for 90 days?
yeah, when Trump took office, he legally had a 90-day reprieve he could do on it. So he's trying to work a deal with ByteDance on it. So I don't know if that's going to go through or not. That's why I said that's why the agency's waiting to see what they do. And if they do it, then I'm going to try TikTok out as well. I'll still do the YouTube, but we'll wait and see what happens with that. Yeah, because in order to make it legal again, they have to go back through Congress technically. So, because it's already been passed as a law, so. But if they work out a deal within that 90 days, then they can, then it's okay, so. But they didn't have any wants to, they didn't really want to sell it back when the last week or so before the ban went into effect. There was, what's his name? A dude from Shark Tank. He,
Oh,
had a
yeah,
bunch of,
yeah.
he had a bunch of,
The bald older guy.
yeah, he had a bunch of investors lined up ready to buy it, the portion of it, but they wouldn't sell it. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
That's owned by Chinese?
Yeah, it's owned by ByteDance is the like parent company of it. Same with CapCut too. CapCut, they own CapCut, the editing program, which is the program I was using to edit. And then when the ban went in effect, they banned that too. I didn't even realize that it was their company too until I went to go edit a video one day and it wouldn't let me do it. So I
Really?
ended up having to download another editing program temporarily for about a week, and then they allowed access to it again. But like I said, they added TikTok back to the App Store, so I don't know if that's a good sign or what's going on with it. Because it was, if you tried to download it, a message would come up and say that it was federally blocked and all that. So
In my mind, Justin, is electronic stuff, like internet and all that kind of stuff. It's just gotten so mind blowing. I can't figure half of it out. What's going on? It's a young man's game. It's not an old man's game.
the internet's a vast world for sure. That's where everybody's pretty much going to get their news nowadays too.
Yeah, you don't hear much about newspapers.
Well, not even that, the mainstream media. Like if you look at like, say, CNN covers a story or Fox covers a story, and then somebody like Charlie Kirk or say Joe Rogan covers the same news story, dude, they'll get 10 times more views than those news agencies will, because everybody's going to more independent news media now. They're finding independent news people that are starting their own kind of news stuff on social media, because you get more accurate news from those people nowadays. Because obviously, we all know the mainstream media has their own agenda at the end of the day. You know, they don't show you full video clips of news stories, they show you what they want you to see. Or a lot of these independent guys, they'll show you the full video clip and then, you know, break it down. So people are trusting them more nowadays. Like during the news coverage during the presidential, like the inauguration, there was channels like Charlie Kirk and stuff, dude. They'd have like 30, 40,000 people watching their stream, but yet you'd go over to like Fox or CNN and they had like a couple thousand. That was it. You know? So
Yeah, it's just been it's kind of totally confusing to me. It's like somebody says, "Well, it's like they want to send me things and whatever," and it's like I don't know where do you go find the damn thing, you know?
Yeah, mainstream media is definitely holding on by a thread, that's for sure. Shit, MSNBC just fired that one news anchor. Can't remember what her name was. Fucking the Joy Behar or fuck, I can't remember what her name is. Because I guess her ratings tanked on her show. It was the black lady, the bald
Well,
black
yeah,
lady
yeah,
from MSNBC.
what's her name? Yeah,
I can't think of her name, but
she's a loud mouth.
yeah, she her show just got canceled because of her ratings dropping.
Well, I think she pissed off too many people.
Oh, and then these news agencies are getting sued left and right too for slander cases and everything else because they're outright lying about people. And so there's, CNN's they've been sued for billions over the last few years in different court cases due to slanderous news coverage where they've outright lied about people. Like when I want news, I go to independent news people on YouTube. I don't watch the mainstream news. I mean, I will watch it sometimes just to see what they're reporting on, but I take it with a big grain of salt, you know.
Hey, Mark, how's it going, buddy?
What's
Hi,
up,
Paul.
Mark?
Not too bad. Hi, Justin. Paul, you've not pinned your link.
No?
No, you put the link in, but you've not pinned it.
Okay, let me go over and do that.
Yep, cool cat. Yeah, you definitely got to cross-examine your news these days for sure. Like I said, because they won't give you the full video clips when they're showing you news clips. They give you what they want you to see, and then they take it out of context. They purposely put it in a way to where it's taken out of context.
Mm.
Then when you actually go and research it yourself and find the full video clip, you're like, oh, that's what he meant. He didn't mean that at all. What they tried to say he meant.
Yeah.
That's why I can always tell when somebody wants to have a political argument. I can always tell when they're strictly a mainstream news media watcher, because it's like they're just repeating word for word what either Fox or CNN or whatever told them. You can 100% tell when somebody does not but watch mainstream media, is they have no actual thought for themselves on the subject. They just are repeating what they heard.
Yeah, we had a bit of a bad news story on Saturday.
You did?
On Saturday morning, a van managed to crash into a tram in the middle of Manchester and
Oh,
careered off it onto a footpath and hit a 3-year-old girl who died in hospital.
shit.
Oh, not good.
Yeah. What caused the crash? Were they drunk or something, or just
It's
not
10
paying
o'clock in the
attention?
morning.
Well, that don't mean anything.
No, it doesn't really. I don't know.
The alcoholics don't
arrest-
give a shit what time of day it is.
The driver of the van drove off, but they've caught him.
Oh,
Oh,
They've caught
uh,
It was-
hit and run and he killed a kid. Oh my God.
It was either drunk or no insurance, one or the other.
and that's the
Or
thing is,
not even a license, perhaps.
yeah, that's over here. Yeah, you're getting a lot of fucking trouble for that. Like, and that's the thing is, like, there's been people that have ran and had no reason to. Just for the simple fact that they hit somebody, and it's like if you would have
Yeah.
stayed and talked to the cops, most likely it would have like 99% positive it would have been labeled as an accident. But because you ran, now you get an involuntary manslaughter charge for leaving the scene of an accident.
Oh, yeah, he's getting
Yeah, no.
charged with death by dangerous driving. They've caught him. He's 36 years old.
Fucking. Mm. I'm gonna probably guess, yeah, it was probably one of what you're saying. He was either drunk or he didn't have a license or something.
Mm. But I mean, it was where the tram goes up one of the city centre streets, right through the middle of the city, and it looks like he was coming at right angles to it and just didn't stop at traffic lights or something. To be honest,
And that looks
because
so much more
because
worse.
there are no cars allowed on the street that the tram goes up, but there are roads that cross it.
That's the thing, is it looks so much more worse on you and you don't stop too.
Yeah. Well, they even brought the air ambulance in. How the hell they managed to land it in the middle of the city centre, I'm not quite sure. But I mean, even with it being on the tram route, they'd have to avoid the overhead electric cables for the tram.
Yeah, it's a good pilot. That's
Cool Cat
Yeah.
said the driver ran off, but you said they did catch him, Mark?
Yeah, they've caught him. 36-year-old bloke.
yeah, ruined his damn life.
Hmm.
Here comes
Probably
Lloyd.
Probably over something really fucking stupid too.
Yeah. And the family, the surname looks either
Morning,
Eastern
Lloyd.
European or Italian.
Paul.
And they must have been in Manchester shopping because they're from a town called Burnley, which is about 40 miles north.
Well, he ruined his life, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Lloyd, did you just get off?
Huh?
Did you just get off doing live?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was about
No.
to say, that's a little personal asking him if he just got off.
If he got off.
Yeah, that's why I said, huh?
Yeah, he's just finished his show that started at 7:00 last night. Yeah.
Yeah, his show's at nighttime, Paul.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Yeah, I do. I do mine
thought
on
he had-
Mondays at 7. Yeah.
I know. You said that you were going to do a show, and I was thinking maybe it was 7:00 in the morning here. You know.
No. I actually
This
I
is
haven't.
seven-
I slept about 2 hours last night.
What? There's a 7:00 in the morning?
No, it's not now. It's like
No, I said
Well, 7:00 for him would be
it was being
like
slightly-
5:00 in the morning.
It was being comic and sarcastic, saying, "What you mean? There's actually a 7:00 in the morning?
yeah, because you're
There
never
was
up.
only a 7:00 at night."
Yeah, that's I used to say it. I'm not saying it so much anymore, but I used to say if God wanted me to see a sunrise, he'd
Yeah.
have made it at noon. But here lately, I've been up for a lot of sunrises. So
Mm. No, our sunrise at the moment is about 7:15 in the morning.
yeah, it's about I think it's about 7 o'clock this morning. Ours came up.
Yeah, and our sunset's getting
Now it's just at that right angle that's coming in my window.
sunset's to be about 5:30. So we're getting just over 10 hours of daylight.
Yeah, we're giving it back to you slowly but surely.
Already
All
good.
right, Trevor.
Good morning.
Oh, hey,
Yes,
Trevor.
those days are getting longer up your way because you're stealing a couple of minutes a day from us.
Is that what it is?
of
Yeah.
sunshine.
I wouldn't say sunshine, just daylight.
Daylight.
cool,
Yeah, well, yeah, I can't help it if you take our perfect sunshine and then mix it in with a bit of crappy cloud.
We had sunshine about half an hour ago, then it started raining.
Yeah.
Now, is Mark? Is that going to be an all-day rain or no?
Oh no, it seems to have eased off again now. It's probably one of those days where we get like 5 or 10 minute showers right the way through the day.
That kind of screws up your whole day if you're flying.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Joy Reid was the name of the gal you was trying to think of.
Oh,
Justin.
Joy Reid, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the wind does that anyway. It's what we do.
Yeah. She was making fun of here a while back of all the white middle class ladies that were, or men that were crying. And then she puts out a video this weekend of her crying. So not so funny now, is it?
Yeah. Oh, the wind's not quite as bad today. It's only 19 miles an hour, gusting to 32.
Oh yeah. Just a
Ah,
nice summer breeze.
Yeah.
yeah. Going,
Yeah. It was gusting to 50 yesterday.
yeah. Well, I went flying Monday and kind of set all the gear up and everything, and the wind just dropped completely. I went and flew for my for the did the flight that I had to do, and a half hour after I finished the flight, the wind came
The
back
wind was
again.
back again.
Yeah. So
Somebody was
obviously,
smiling on me.
I must have some type of new power that I don't know about yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was a film about that, wasn't there? The wind something or other.
The Airbender, yeah.
Yeah, the Airbender. That was
Last
it.
Airbender.
Yeah.
Hello, Brenda.
Brenda.
What's up, Brenda?
And Brenda.
Well, I've got one. I've been printing on my 3D printer. I started out doing something like this, these chips, and well, these are just coins that I was doing, and I've done them in red and just messing with them, trying to get the look that I wanted, and then I started deciding to do a poker chips. So, and but I want the depth to be a certain way, and I've been having to play around with it, and I think I've got my final version is printing off right now. And if it prints off okay, then I'm going to start, instead of printing one at a time, I'm going to print about 10 at a time.
I'll tell you, who was printing some badass poker chips was Mike Nitrain.
Yeah.
He with that fucking those bamboos he has.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
man,
has
he was
bamboo.
doing.
I don't have the multicolored one.
Yeah, he's got two of them now, and he was, dude, his coins are coming out really nice. I saw some pictures of them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've I've tossed it around 3 or 4 times. Do I really want to get one or not? Do I? And because like right now I'm using it, but 3 months in a week's time I may be bored with it and go on and do something else and completely unrelated 3D printing. So I just wasted money. So it's like, I mean, I've got an Anchor Mate and it's fast, but
Lloyd, I thought your whole point was to spend all the inheritance before you go.
well, that's true too. That is true. There is that to think about. So.
Yeah, you buy all the stuff that you want, and then it's up to them to sell it for whatever they can get for it when you go.
That's it. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If I bought the 3D printer, I'd go to one of the boys would take it. Patrick, my youngest, he'd probably take it because, well, he might have to fight. Him and his brother might have to fight over it because James wants one, even though he doesn't know how to use one. And Patrick's already got about 5 of them or 6 of them. So that would be one more in his
Arsenal
collection.
Yeah, his collection. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, the great thing about 3D printers now is they're getting so user friendly that,
Yeah.
5, 6, or even 10 years ago when people really started getting into it, you had to be very technical to do a 3D printer.
I got like an Ender 3, not a Chinese knockoff of an Ender 3 knockoff. That's how bad it was. And it's just like, I got prints out. I mean, I did some prints and they were okay, but it's just like not what I expecting. It was just like pulling hair.
Well,
And,
Ender 3s themselves are a pain in the ass just to do an update.
Yeah,
You'd have
yeah,
to find the file, and then sometimes you'd have to rename the file to a specific date just to get the fucking printer to
yeah. The guys
recognize
that are
it.
still using
Mm.
Ender
Yeah.
3s, and you know, that's like Mel had a G Tech, and I can't remember what the other one was,
Yeah, I've got a
but
G.
it was a dual color G Tech,
Mine's
and
three
it
color
just
one.
suddenly, I think the hot end went bad on it. He couldn't
Yeah,
find one
but
that he couldn't find a replacement for it.
Hmm.
I got a replacement for mine, cost me about 15 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, over here, but when I first got into it, it was a knockoff of a Perusa i3 that I
Right.
actually got,
Yeah.
and its accuracy was reasonably good, but it's still you looked at the printer, you could see where the cables were, the the thing wasn't finished.
Right.
How I'd expect something to be delivered as a product. Like e.g., you'd normally have all the cables nicely hidden and
Yeah.
perfect cable management. Your circuit board wouldn't be mounted on the side, fully open and accessible, and the power supply wouldn't look like it's being wired by a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
But that saw me a fair distance of time, and I got a couple of cheapies to hold me over the years, and then when the K1 Max came out, I thought it'd be a reasonably good printer because they had the automatic bed leveling, which
Oh yeah. Yeah.
took out all your problems. It had a LiDAR, it had a whole heap of other bits and pieces that actually worked on, and everyone that I'd actually heard went ahead and said that the print quality was by far better than anything that they'd actually seen before. And so I got one, and I'm extremely pleased with that. Um, I was lucky enough then to see on our government options here a Bamboo Labs P1S, which is the fully enclosed one, and I put in a crappy bid. I said $150. And lo and behold, um, I must have been just lucky, or people didn't quite know what they were looking at, because I actually got it for $150, which we're talking about a $1,500 printer normally. But
Yeah,
then over and above that, it had when I opened the box, it had the full combo, the four colors. Um, yeah, I was blown away. But I've had a lot of trouble with that, with its little sensors and things like that, not detecting the filament in the right place, and then it locks. The kind of, there's been a lot of time actually trying to sort out problems that you shouldn't be getting in a well put together product. But yeah, for color prints, the full color multi-color prints, they come out quite nice when it works.
Right. Right. Yeah.
At the moment, it's sitting in disgrace because it's the little micro switch that detects the filaments at a certain spot, obviously isn't quite in the right spot at the moment inside, and I've got to take it to pieces to actually literally give it a clean out and hopefully get it back working. But so he's in disgrace at the moment. But yeah, they have come so far in such a short amount of time. Um, the using a load cell for bed leveling, which did actually come from Creality to start with, which amazed me. That they'd come up with something really good. They're using a load cell, and where the tip of the nozzle is actually touching the bed in places, and it detects where it does, and gives you a perfect automatic bed leveling, which that just made leveling so much easier. Well, there's a case that I haven't had a print that's actually not been perfect because of bed leveling at all, which just amazing. Years ago when I was playing with the crappy ones, yes, I'd get probably one out of every three prints. I'd have to either restart it or kind of readjust the level on the bed, and yeah. How I persevered with it all those years ago, I don't know. Um, now it's the case, got a print, you go send it through to the printer and sit back and watch it do its thing. So they've obviously improved a hell of a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. My son, he had the Ender 3s and worked on them and all the time, and he was printing stuff with them, but he finally got in the I bought the Anchormate M5, and because I'd showed it to him, and he said, Dad, that's a good one. And he says, just he read the stats on it. So then next thing I know, he's got the K1 Max, and
Yeah.
then he bought a second one, and then he finally bought a Bamboo P1S, and then he ended up buying a Bamboo A1, and he even went and bought the A1 Mini. But
Yeah.
he may have two Bamboo P1s now, or P1Ss. So
Yeah, well, the great part about the later the K1 Max, the P1, the Bamboo P1S, they're not bed slingers, so the bed stays put, and but the bed just moves up and down. That's all. It doesn't go back and forth.
right, yeah,
Like there's no tomorrow.
that's
And
an
they
XY
use,
printer. Yeah,
yeah, it uses what they call Core XY,
Core
and
XY. Yeah,
therefore you're not vibrating the print like there's no tomorrow when you're
Yep.
actually trying to print at speed.
yeah,
So small narrow things that go up don't end up flying off the bed because the bed was slowly but surely vibrating them off.
yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah,
yes,
I've had that happen with my M5 because it's not a Core XY. And to be honest with you, had I just waited a little longer, the reason I bought the M5 is they were the first one that started advertising the AMS systems,
yeah,
and they showed the product, and of course they were selling the M5s already, and I didn't realize it till well after I got into it that it was a started out as a Kickstarter, and
yeah,
they bought the first round went to the Kickstarter people, and then they were going to same was going to be with the AMS, but then they never got the AMS. It never came out. They just finally they trashed it, said no, it's not going to happen, and refunded the money people had paid for that. And I would have never got the M5 to begin with. I would have stopped, and I could have I'd have waited a little bit longer and got because by the time Anchormate came out with the by the time they decided they couldn't make that AMS system, Bamboo had already come out. Not only had they come out, they were delivering on what they said they were delivering, and it was the Core XY, and it it just after that Bamboo took off and Anchormate just was left in the dust. It's still a damn good printer. I mean, it makes some really nice
yeah.
prints, but and rather, it doesn't pass too. Although I find that the faster I print, the more chance I have of messing up a print. So I don't print it at high speed. And
Yeah.
but I would have got the Bamboo Labs, the P1S, if I'd have. But they didn't. When I got this, Bamboo Labs hadn't come out yet.
Hmm. Well, what I like about the K1 Max and the Bamboo Labs is the fully enclosed printer. So
Fully
therefore,
enclosed,
uh,
yep.
printing in ABS, one of those nasty materials that loves warping and stuff like that while you're printing.
Yep.
I haven't had a single bad ABS print since. So
Good
obviously
morning, TJ.
that means that now I can actually print stuff that can withstand being outside for long periods of time, but not be made out of PETG.
Right,
Because
right.
everything that had to go outside for any length of time was produced out of PETG because it could withstand would withstand a fair bit more. But ABS is even better at withstanding ultraviolet light and not breaking down. Like that, there's a tower site that's on its 5th year of actually having an antenna that's held together, that's
Hello, Tanya.
held on the top part of the tower by a bracket made out of ABS that I actually printed.
Right.
And that was 5 years ago. That was supposed to be a temporary repair
Right.
because at the time we couldn't get the part we needed.
Right.
So I said, "Oh, I'll quickly design this up and print it." And a couple of days later, went up back to the site and we installed it. And I said, "Okay, put it on the list of things to get around to doing." And lo and
Right.
behold, they're still to this day there.
Oh, who
It's
disappeared?
still in service.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still, like I said, thinking about maybe getting the I've looked at a couple others coming out too that look pretty promising, and their price is a little bit cheaper. I mean,
Yeah.
I could buy the A1 Mini and I'd get the multicolor, but that defeats.
Yeah. We
And
still moving? Yep.
it's just
Yeah.
so
Now that's one thing that I have actually noticed. There's a lot more Core XY machines coming out now.
yeah,
And
there are.
they just put out a lot better quality
Yeah.
print.
Anycube's putting out one, Flash Forward and Elegoo.
Yeah.
All three are putting them out now. And
So
the
do they
Anycube,
actually
go ahead.
raise the bed up to the top point
No,
where it
what
and
it
then slowly go down?
yes.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, you've got the gantry at the top with your print head on it.
Yeah.
That moves by 2 motors.
Moves this way and this way.
And it's a calculation made on the kind how they pull how each motor pulls gives you the positioning, not like the conventional one for the one motor for the X axis and one motor for the Y axis. Now it's a case that the two combined give a lot more accurate positioning, and then your Z kind races the bed up and down. So yeah, it's really good the way they've actually done it. And makes for a lot more accurate print.
Is it the bed that goes up and down, or is it the
It's the bed that goes up and down.
Yeah, the bed
The
goes
gan-
up and down.
The gantry.
Yeah, the bed
gantry,
does the Z movement, which is up and down, and
Yeah,
the head does the X and Y. So
yeah. So instead of the old days where your bed stayed flat, but it actually
Moved back and forth.
did the back and forth for the Y movement.
Yeah,
Your X was your head going back and forth on the bar that got moved up and down by the Z to as your print got went up, the gantry moved up, which led to a few problems, especially if you're going ahead and actually printing very tall prints.
right.
That type of technology just doesn't seem to cut it. So if you want a nice tall print, the Core XY is a perfect job for it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Okay, I got my prints done. I'm gonna go in there and see if it's. I want to see if it did what I wanted it to.
I'll throw a little spanner in the works. You guys talking about news companies and stuff like that, and remembering I'm actually with the emergency services, so I get to see an emergency scene, as it happens. So I'm out there making, in a sense, making the news. And then you actually come back and you actually see how the media have actually reported it, and you think to yourself, did you actually attend the same incident? But when it comes to politics, the big mistake the world has actually made is allowing the big news companies, so big broadcasters. Back in the early days, here in Australia, every state,
Be right back.
State had a 7, 9, and 10, but they weren't affiliated in any way, shape, or form apart from their general programming. Their news content was locally produced. So there was no one person controlling everything. In this day and age, you've actually got all the newspapers here in Australia are fairly well nearly owned by the same company. So that they've got the print media. All your radio stations, 98% of them all come from the same company, so they control the listening public, and your TV stations, they've gone down to the path that they've all got ownership in each other, so therefore they're under control fairly well by the same person, and in a lot of cases, the people who own the TV media and the radio broadcast rights, and this one just came out in Western Australia, can be the same person. And if they have a liking for a certain politician, they can bend the media quite nicely, or the media coverage, to make it look like that person's a great person. And this is a big problem we've actually got worldwide, with with everybody, with MSNBCs, etc., and all of that. They're all coming down to being owned by big conglomerates that have agendas. The only reason people would actually buy television media shares these days would be to if they've got a requirement to get a voice. Did you look at they've worked out the Murdoch, Rupert Murdoch, and his push on things. He has a very big influence in the print media, not only here in Australia but in the UK. and he's also got Sky News, I believe, and I believe he's got something to do with Fox. So, okay, he's got quite a big push. As to if he's got a view to bring over, he can say, yeah, well, our policy is that this person's the greatest thing out, and that's the only thing that gets broadcast. So yeah, I think we've made the mistake in not going ahead and making it that a person can only have a certain percentage of a share in one media company in a country. They can't own anything any more than say a 25% share in any media company. And that way it would make it that you'd have that fair reporting, which we're so much lacking these days. And going and then it's only a matter of going ahead and stopping all the hype shit because of the fact that a TV station wants to be in front of everyone else, and them actually deciding them hyping everything up. Like there was one incident I actually attended. They're going ahead and they had the whole town was doom and gloom. The fire was going to burn it out. And we're listening to this on the radio, and every person they talked to, it was getting worse and worse. Got back to town. It was a small 2 kilometer square fire that hadn't moved all day. But they had to make it sound good to keep the coverage going.
You still got that on the account?
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
media these days they've got.
I can go back here. So I know you're on live.
They've only cut their own throats by going
Right.
ahead and allowing the big, very expensive, these very powerful people with lots of money, able to go ahead and buy up near enough to everything, and then because you look at it here in this town, one media company owns our radio stations, our TV stations, and our local print media. So if they've got somebody that they think could be, say, the local mayor, you're guaranteed you won't hear from anyone else. You won't see anything printed or whatever that there is any other candidates. So yeah, it's a really big problem.
What are you up to today, Mark?
Hmm?
What are you up to
Nothing.
today? Nothing?
Nothing really.
Did you say it was still raining there or no?
Not at the
I'll be
moment.
right back. I got to go get one. Oh,
Like what? Paul, you've got to know, if it's not raining where Mark is, it's snowing, or it's blowing a blizzard.
No, it doesn't snow very often. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going. Their fine weather is being able to go outside and only getting half drenched. That's fine weather in their case.
At the moment,
So
it's
I
not
presume
too
it's still a
bad.
bit cold up your way, Paul.
The sky's gone a bit blue and white instead of
Well,
grey.
it's warmer than normal, which is melting the snow, but it's making big puddles. And then at nighttime it freezes,
freezing over. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so it's slick. Because I was hoping maybe to take Jack out for a little walk, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen for
Did
a
you get
while.
scratched on their face there, Mark? On that one side there? Or was
Yeah.
that always?
Well, I've been picking at it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, Paul, what you need is a pair of roller skates.
He
So
pulled me around the
you
neighborhood.
put the roller skates on, and then you take the dog for a walk, and he pulls you right around the
Well,
block.
except the problem is, that's a good theory, Trevor. But what happens when you're going forward and he wants to go left, and it's like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, we've got to work those minor details out. But
Yeah, that's not a minor detail. That's what you call a setup to crash.
yeah,
Well, you use a wheelchair so you can sit down while he's doing it.
but yes, taking dogs for a walk can be interesting these days, especially if dog sees another dog.
Yeah. But to be
No.
honest with you, Paul, it doesn't sound like animal control are very happy with you.
Well, yeah, but I left a message for them to call me. I don't know. Well, the sad part of it is that's BS. That if it really is from them, she said that she doesn't know. He's been to the vet twice. He just doesn't get medication. They check him over. So that's BS. The part about I can't see anybody, and because the vet is a great vet, has a big vet practice. Hey, TJ.
Oh no! Look what he's coming. He's coming. He's with us.
What's
TJ.
So what's the outcome with Jack?
He's still hanging.
Because from what I read from Don's comment, it sounded like animal control wants you to bring him back and said that.
Well, yeah, but I half of that is BS. I've got to call into them. I'm going to tell them that's BS because that's not what it is. Don says they said they can't understand anybody giving him the medication. Well, he's been to the vet 3 times. They've checked him all over from head to toe.
No.
The issue, I think, is that he's still in a transition period where he's getting used to me. I'm getting used to him. And so that's all BS.
Oh.
That's just the comment that they put on your stream last night. So I didn't notice it while the stream was on. So they must have seen it on a replay and left a comment.
Oh, yeah, because I was just scrolling, and because I was washing some dishes and whatnot. I had just gotten back from breakfast. We went out flying, and I just happened to log in. I was making the bed and everything, and just scrolling back through the comments and saw Don put a bunch of stuff in there.
So Don just quoted what supposedly they commented into your show last night?
Yeah, that's
okay.
A copy and paste of the comment. I've seen the comment.
Oh, okay. Because I was wondering how in the hell Don knew that. You know what he, you know.
No, but dogs do need their exercise. That is one given. And like the more active the dog, the more exercise they're going to need. But I think you'd be hard pressed to actually get a dog to go outside in cold weather for too long. So that's probably going to be your savior there.
Anyway, he's still hanging in, right?
Yep.
Hey,
Trying to figure out, I can't find my Metro on here to pay my Metro bill.
Maybe they give you a free month.
Oh, that was last month.
Did Jack do this to you on your face right there?
No, I've always had this whatever it is, and I started getting nervous and picking at it, you know.
Yeah.
Which is a no-no, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, what
Yes.
is it called? Embroidering. Stop embroidering.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because I was picking at it and it picked the scab off the top of it, and what happened was it started bleeding, so I put some
Yeah.
stock whatever that powder on it, to stop
Yeah.
bleeding. And so now it's turned even more red.
yeah.
No, with something like that, throw those powders and things out. Go ahead and take steps to get the top surface of the blood to dry, like you would in the old days when you cut yourself shaving. And then let it heal, because those powders and things like that put a coating over the top, which actually slows down the healing process a bit.
Figure out where they put it.
Oh.
So, TJ, what have you been up to?
I just been working. Today's my day off. So the guys went out and flew. I went out there and flew with them. Then we went for breakfast and then came home and made the bed. I got to vacuum this floor today. Just kind of do some odds and ends around here in the house.
Okay, yeah, it's 1:45
Got-
a.m.
got
in the
it.
morning, so
Yeah,
I've
This
already
sky-
had the day you've got.
Yeah, skies are clear here. It's warm, so yeah, I'm probably gonna do some things around the house and get some stuff
You don't
done.
have to work today?
No, I'm off today.
Now would be the time to get outside and actually get the outside jobs done while you've got nice sunshine. Taking
Yeah,
some of
I
the-
need to.
some of-
I need to rinse out my the outside garbage can because there's all kind of. I had thrown out some powder. It had little maggots or whatever crawling around in there.
Yeah.
So I
Hmm.
dumped it out in the garbage. There's all kind of flies and whatever inside there. So I'm gonna dump that out and rinse it out and whatnot and do that today.
Yeah, get out there, get outside and enjoy some of that
Well,
sunshine.
you got to get out and mow the lawn, don't you?
No, that's what the HOA is for. That's what we have.
Oh,
the
okay.
HOA. Yeah.
They do a good job?
Yeah, they do a pretty decent job, but like we have that huge pond out there,
Yeah.
and like just seeing them mow like the edge of
I'll figure
the
it
grass there, I'm like, oh God, I hope one of them doesn't fall in the damn pond with that mower in the
How much
water.
did you charge on it right now?
That was my 58.22.
Okay, because I gotta read it out.
Fine.
Okay,
We'll do that.
all right.
So, Lloyd, how's the cabin by the lake going?
Oh, I got done with it, but I don't go to it anymore because I bought it. When I got it for Judy, and now that she's gone, there's no point in me going up there by myself. So, but it's still there.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think my oldest son is going to buy the cabin from me and move it to a piece of property of his own. And then I'm going to sell the property to there's two brother-in-laws that live on either side of me. They both have, their place for their trailers and all that. And they've been wanting my piece of property. And, so I know I could sell it to them and make my money back real easy.
Yeah.
matter of fact, if I sold the property, if I sold the property, then I would have more than enough to buy me several printers.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, because it'd probably go for about $30,000. So it's all paid for. So that's if I sold it with the cabin. And if my oldest son doesn't want it, that's probably what I'll do. If he, but he's going through a divorce right now, so I'm trying to hang him back to let him get that settled and see where he's at. Because,
yep. Oh, he doesn't need a
got,
home by any chance.
Yeah, do I?
He doesn't need a home by some chance.
No. Well, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, but yeah, no. The house that he's in it was his it wasn't even in his name until after the note was paid off, because it was in his brother's name because they originally bought the house. So she can't claim the house, in other words. So
yes,
but yeah, it's like, yeah, but
that's
I'm still trying to decide on what to do with the cabin. I may just say, I'm going to sell it, just take everything that's on it and do with it what you want, tell it to the people, and then I'll put the money in the bank. And if James finds him a place, I'll use that money to go buy him a cabin of his own, or help him buy one, because it's just like, I can't hardly go up there because, I bought that for Judy. I had the cabin put there for Judy. I worked on it for Judy, and she got to enjoy it. And that's now, after a year now, or almost a year that she's been gone, I haven't been up to the cabin, except I think I drove up there once to make sure it was still there. But I'll probably, and they'll probably call me up here in another couple of months and, hey, have you thought any more about selling the cabin?
Either that, or they'll be phoning you up saying, when are you going to come and cut the grass? We're having trouble seeing your place.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, one of the neighbors just comes through there, and he does all the lawns right there. And because he does the one on either side of me, he just drives through mine. He goes, does this guy's, then drives through, does mine, and goes through and does the next guy. So.
Oh, that's good. Now that's one thing. I used to know someone who had a block of land that he bought as an investment block, and
Right.
about every 3 months he'd have to go for a drive up there and go and cut the grass on the block of land, and it used to become a real pain in the butt for him. But he was quite happy when he finally got around to selling the block of land. It actually was brought in a really good price, so he was pleased. It was worth all those long trips, because you knew enough to were riding off a day, traveling up there, cutting the grass, and then coming home again. He had actually worked out that he was going to put a retirement home on the block originally. Well, that was his great idea plans, but where it was located, nice getaway spot, because you've got no one within Cooey, but it's not one of those places where you want to live normally.
Yeah.
It'd only be in your retirement years where you want to sit out on the outside deck and just not have to have anyone else in sight.
Yeah, well, it's I kind of like that being out in the country, but it was just like I said, I bought the place and set it up for Judy, and
Yep.
because I'd promised her, she'd have a lot out in the country, close to the lake, and we were just originally going to put our fifth wheel on it. Then I found that I got a deal on the cabin, and I thought, well, okay, we got everything, all the utilities hooked up, and it's like, all right, that'll work. So,
Yeah.
But and then since she's passed away, it's just not, it's just not the same going out there. So
Yeah,
so
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these things do happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remembered you talking about it, and a fair bit, and then I hadn't heard anything for a long time. So yeah, just wondering if you still had the cabin by the lake.
Yeah, we still got it. It's just not. Like I said, I just haven't. I'm trying to do
go,
this.
guys. I'm
This
gonna
poker
get some
chip.
things done and just try to get
Hey,
some things
TJ,
organized around this.
hey, TJ, just try to, try to
Have a good day. I just wanted to come in and say hey, seeing how everything was
All
going.
right.
Okay,
All right. We'll see you
TJ,
guys
take
later.
care. Yep.
All
All
right,
right,
you too.
TJ. Take care, bud.
Okay. The commenter who is picking on my arms. Remember, it is 1:55 in the morning here.
Okay, well, you
Um,
go get some rest, Trevor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks
Good
for
talking to you
stopping
again,
by.
Trevor.
Yep. Not a problem.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Well, I think I've got this where I want it. Now I'm going to export it.
You got any plans, Lloyd?
I'm just now just working on these. Let me bring my thing up here, and I started designing these chips, okay, or these coins.
Yep. Oh, that's right.
All
You're into that printing stuff.
Yeah. And so I've been working on making some poker chips. And Grant and I was set up half the night last night. I set up with him working on the design. And I finally at the end I figured out what I needed to do to make it do what we want, but he's suggesting what I wanted it to do. But I didn't, but I was so tired last night. So I went, laid down, went to sleep for a little while, then got back up. And then this morning I fixed the one thing that I kept trying, and I finally figured out how to do it. It's I had to do it in Photoshop or a Paint Shop Pro, and I finally got the main part now. Instead of it being it's raised instead of being instead of it being cut out, it's raised.
Yeah.
So the only thing I want to do is I want to put a little bit of a raised edge around it, and that's what I've been doing on the because these poker chips all on the outside edge are 39 millimeters, and that's made so they'll fit in the poker chip box. And I've got a poker chip box. The only reason I know that is because I downloaded a 3D printed set of poker chips. So what I'm going to do is print a bunch of reds, blues, and whites, and then put my name on the box. Then I'll probably, if I get it all done in time and it turns out like I want it to, then I'll probably take it down to South Florida and they can give it away, or
Yeah.
whoever takes it could go put it on the shelf and never look at
That'd
it
be
again or
cool.
do so it's just, and plus I want Mel's working on some multicolored coins for me about this size. And because I made this one, that was my first one. And
Okay.
it's a little big. It's a little big for poker.
Well, yeah, that's for the people that are deaf, dumb, and blind.
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah, yeah, that would pretty much qualify. Yeah, or they could use it for a street hockey puck, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, it's a little small for a coaster, but it would work. But anyways, so I've been farting around with it, and this thing takes like an hour and a half to print, and this one I just did takes 15 minutes. So, and like I said, the letter is raised instead of embossed. It's the raised lettering, and I like it better. So now I've just got to export this one file uh, and put it into my slicer and see if it will do what I want it to do.
Well, Jack is saying hi to you, Lloyd.
Well, hello, Jack. I saw him come up. Hey, Jack.
What's that? Who's that there? Who that there?
Jack.
Yeah.
Jack. He's like he's looking at you. He's like, he's all into you. So,
He's into me. Yep.
yeah. 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 As far as the shelter thing goes, I've had a lot of them that, yeah, I find that certain groups, and this was after I worked with them when I was working as a dog trainer too. Some of those groups are a little like, treat it. They don't care if you treat a human like shit, but God forbid you ever, raise your voice at a dog,
Yeah.
or a cat, and they get a little. They can be. Sometimes they're snobs about it.
Well, Jack gets a little bit rambunctious, but then I got to keep reminding myself that he's really only like a 4-year-old,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, give yourself some time, but
Well, I've got him set up for obedience classes, but I don't know if that's going to work or not, because I have to be able to work with him,
right, right.
and
Well,
I think I get almost more work with him right here.
do what?
I get more work with him right here.
Yeah, and there's some good there's what is it called? I think I'll have to look. I will find out for you. It's a book, and you can download it online, and that's what these people do is they're dog trainers, and they have a part one and a part two of it, and they are very good. And you can even buy it as a hardback if you want it, but they have it as a I got it as an ebook, so I could have it when I take my iPad with me when I was going up and teaching a class or something. So it's a
Well,
very good.
what I can't figure out is he's real jumpy. Like if he's sleeping and he hears a little noise outside, it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
or there's times when I go to pet him and he'll jump.
right. Yeah, a lot of that is probably he's not. He's been in a kennel for, let's say, for however long he's been there.
Yeah.
And that's not an environment conducive to dogs resting, and they tend to if they've been there, if they're there for a week or two, it doesn't affect them. But if they've been there a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, that's going to affect their personality. It's going to take them a while before they build up trust
Yeah.
that they're not going to be sent back there, or
Yeah.
they're not going to, and that's
The comment
so they're
that
very skittish.
the comment animal control left says he'd been with them 4 or 5 months.
Yeah. Well, however long, still that's a long period of time if that's what it was.
Oh
And,
yeah, especially if you're locked up,
yeah, yeah. I mean, hell, I spent 2 nights. I spent 2 nights in a drunk tank, and I was skittish for a month after that.
Yeah.
Only time I've ever gone to jail. And I was, fortunately, the the officers who took me in were friends of mine, and they threw me in the junk tank, and it was on a Saturday night of all things. So
Go
but
figure.
yeah,
Saturday night is not your friendliest night in the world.
right.
The average person, that's if they get in trouble, it usually happens on Saturday night, you know?
That's what happened to me. This is back. That's why I don't drink now too. Yeah, but I still think, Paul, it wouldn't hurt to if you got him signed up for the classes to go through
Yeah,
with it
yeah, yeah.
because there's a
I'm
lot you
I'm
can.
not giving up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, there's times I thought about taking him back, but no, that's not fair to him, you know?
Well, and that's true. That's true. But got to consider, you know, you consider that, and yeah. So I can understand that. It's like the male Chihuahua. I thought about at one time, Judy and I, I talked to her. I said, "Do you want to take him back?" And she says, "No, he didn't do anything. He's just being him."
Yeah.
So, and I'm glad I didn't because it was one that Judy had really picked out, and she was really so excited. And I've got some good video when we went to pick, and now that she's gone, I've got that I can look at, and I've got
Sure.
him with me. So, I don't
It's a
regret that.
memory.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm glad we kept him. But
Well, what do you think, Lloyd?
well, I don't know. What time is it? How long you been on?
It's 10:30.
10:30. Well, it's up to you. It's your show.
Been on for came on at 9, 10, hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Yeah. Yeah. I've got some things I gotta get up and get around, and I'm going to go out to the cemetery today. I try to get out there once a week.
Well, we got 19 people watching, but
Oh, do we? Okay. Well,
yeah, Frank, what? What do you want? I think he wants to go out. I'll be right back.
okay.
You gotta go outside? Okay. Come on. Okay.
It's the sockets.
But yeah, so let's see. Did that?
You know, Lloyd, the more I look at him, the more he might have part Doberman Pinscher in him because he's got that
Yeah.
arched back, real
Right.
skinny on the back end, you know.
Yeah. 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 He's got that stocky build like it. His face kind of has that head.
Yeah, his
you know.
face is completely different than the rest of his body.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. The rest of his body, it looks like either a Doberman Pinscher or a Greyhound type of thing.
Greyhound. Yeah. 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 Well, just you know, whatever happens with Jax, just don't let him pull you down, or don't, you know, we don't need you breaking a hip, you know, or something
Yeah.
like that. You and I are both in that category. We're not young people anymore. And
No.
so yeah, so consider that too. You know, if he gets to be too rambunctious, as much as you wouldn't
Well, the
want
thing
to.
of it is, here's what a lot of people have said that he needs to be with a younger person that has kids that run with him and do things.
Right, right.
But he likes to kind of mellow out too. So
Well, and you know, you'll know in time. You'll know pretty soon if how long have you had him now?
just a week.
Just a week. Well, see how he does, and if he still is he scratching you still or not, or is that
No.
quit?
Well, it's just he paws me when he wants to get up on me or whatever, you know. He's
Right,
not
right.
intentionally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know that's my dogs get me sometimes too. So, but yeah. But well, you know, always gotta, and I understand. I about not being alone in the house. That's gotta, you know, especially after having your dog for Mia for so long. That's got.
Well,
I would
you
be
know,
that way too.
it's like when
I
I
would be.
brought him home, I figured he was my family, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 But yeah. Let me see if that print is. I'm trying to get this thing to download, and for whatever reason, it hasn't downloaded yet. Oh yeah, it did. Oh, okay. It did download. Okay. Now I'm going to see what it looks like on my printer. Where is that? I just had that file.
As you can see, my backyard is kind of the snow's starting to go.
Yeah, whoops, where's the camera at? There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's slowly melting off.
But it's also getting icy.
Okay, that file didn't work. Export as STL. See if that's any better. No, 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 no. Come on. Brought it up in the. That didn't work, so back to the drawing.
Oh, there he is. He's at the back door.
Oh, is he?
See him right there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. Come on, little buddy.
Hmm.
See how he's kind of a longer dog?
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, he is. He does sort of have a greyhound build, doesn't he?
Yeah, greyhound or a Doberman.
Or
Pinscher.
Doberman, yeah. Yeah.
See, look at him.
Yeah. Yep, he does.
And his back is humped.
Right. Yeah.
You're a goofball. You're a goofball. Yes, you are. But see how long his legs are?
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
can't,
he's
I don't know exactly what he is.
Yeah.
You know, but he's not totally Labrador. He's got a
No,
little
he's not all
mixed, I
lab.
think. Good boy. See how his back is and his legs in the back, how long they are?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Right, Jack? Yeah.
Shop now, give wow. Let's stay sure with the soar in your travel insurance. Our customers have given us over 340,000 five-star reviews on Trustpilot. That's double any other travel insurance. We covered over 7 million people with pre-existing medical. And in just 18 months, we paid over £128 million in claims. So relax knowing we're there if you.
All the snow's gonna melt today. It's freaking beautiful outside.
I'm hoping.
Oh, it all is. It's gonna be all nice and saturated and wet.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Murray.
Yes.
Hi, this is Dave with Weed May Lawn Service. How you doing today?
I can't talk right now, Dave, but give me a call back.
Hey, I'll try you another time. Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah, bye.
What was that, salesman?
Yeah, salesman. They wanna sign me up for a schedule for weed and seed and feed my lawn.
Oh, okay.
Well, back in the day I used to do it, but
Right. Right.
well, I think what we're gonna do is gonna call it.
Gonna call it? Yeah. Mark's kind of away right now, and I'm not focusing. I'm thinking about this because I got to print off, a bunch of these in order to have it ready.
Yep.
And I got a
exactly.
month to do it,
Exactly.
so I'm sitting there, got my focus on something else. So,
Yep. Well, thank you everybody for being here. We'll see all of you again later today.
all right. Later,
At
everyone.
5
Paul, you
o'clock
take care.
Eastern. Yep.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.